Ousmane Dembélé, we know it's a special match for all Parisians. We were determined to have a great game and send a message. We are back and we are ready to go after titles. PSG recorded the largest victory in a Classique between the two teams in official competition, 5-0. Dembélé was elected man of the match against Olympique de Marseille. Thriving at PSG and tied to the club until 2029, Vitinha recently acquired a house in Paris. The European champion title and Luis Enrique's touch have made many envious. Big clubs in complicated situations now see Luis Enrique as the man capable of miracles. But the trend is not to see Luis Enrique leave the ship currently. He believes the club is going in the right direction. PSG still hopes to finalize his extension before the summer so as not to expose him too much to other clubs, especially 1 year before the end of his contract. Dani Carvajal was talking with Pintus after the match against Valencia and seemed very angry. He appeared confused about his situation. Pintus tried to cheer him up, but did not succeed. The Spaniard did not play a single minute at Mestalla. Álvaro Arbeloa, I am very cautious with Carvajal. He is training better and better. When I gave the players 2 days off this week, Dani was still at Valdebebas to train. He is a leader and he is so important. Courtois didn't have a single save to make tonight. This clearly means that our defense was solid. We must continue to improve, match after match. We have won here 3 times in the last 11 years, I believe. It was a very, very difficult victory. We needed patience, sacrifice, and an excellent attitude to achieve this success. We will be very careful with Trent, and we will play him little by little so that he regains his rhythm. He has been out for a long time. Mbappe scoring at a rhythm similar to Cristiano's? We thought there would never be anything comparable to Cristiano again, but Mbappe seems to be taking that path. Álvaro Carreras proved once again that he is not only a great defender, he is also very talented at moving up. He helps us a lot offensively. First clean sheet for Real Madrid at Mestalla in 13 years. Here is the updated La Liga standings. Álvaro Carreras was elected man of the match. Dani Carvajal has only played 27 minutes since his return from injury on January 4th. More than a month. Out of 10 matches, he has not started once and has only come on as a substitute in 2 matches. PSG is clear, even if a club pays €250 million for Vitinha, he will not be sold. Within Real Madrid, Franco Mastantuono's maturity is appreciated. They have full confidence in his development and he is considered a key player for the present and the future. Jacobo Ramon is on Real Madrid's waiting list. The club is closely following his evolution and is more than satisfied with it. However, this does not mean he will return this summer, and a second season at Como is not ruled out. Lyon coach Paulo Fonseca, look at the last matches, teams approached the game with a lot of aggressiveness towards Endrick. Referees must pay attention to it, it was the case again today. We must protect a talent like Endrick because his opponents attack him with a lot of aggressiveness. Arbeloa, Kylian is the best player on this planet. It's not simple to surpass CR7, but if anyone can do it, it's him. Habib Bey should be fixed today on his future at Stade Rennais. The coach is on the hot seat after Rennes' new setback at Lens this weekend. Frank Hayes could replace him in case of departure. Luis Enrique believes that the thrashing inflicted on OM yesterday is not his team's best match this season. In Lisbon, we played a better match, incredible, but there was that result. During the season, I remember matches better than today's. This match is very important for confidence, because there was efficiency. But if I speak in terms of pressing or with the ball, we can still be a bit more lucid. Neymar could retire this year if he is not selected for the World Cup. Playing and winning the World Cup is his only remaining motivation in football. Everything he does, including his rehabilitation, his work, and his sacrifices, aims at one single goal: participating in the World Cup. Neymar thinks of nothing else. OM in 2026 is already a 2-0 defeat against Nantes, a 3-0 defeat against Liverpool and Bruges, and a 5-0 defeat against PSG. Kylian Mbappe's staggering stats with Real Madrid this season: 31 matches, 38 goals, and 5 assists. PSG humiliates OM and takes back the lead. Masterclass from Ousmane Dembélé, a brace and an assist. The Parisians dominated from beginning to end, a football lesson. PSG moves back ahead of RC Lens while Marseille falls off the podium and now sits in 4th place in Ligue 1, behind OL. Dro Fernandes made his debut with PSG. The Spanish midfielder discovers Ligue 1 during a Classique. Another setback for Atlético de Madrid in La Liga. While the Colchoneros had won 5-0 against Real Betis in the Copa del Rey this week away from home, they lost in La Liga at home. Antony scored the only goal of the match. Atleti remains 3rd but is now 13 points behind FC Barcelona, 1st. Manchester City wins this clash against Liverpool. What a finish to the match! A 2-1 victory for Pep Guardiola's men. Dominic Szoboszlai opened the score with a sumptuous free kick but was sent off at the very end of the match. Erling Haaland gave the victory to his team at the very end of the match on a penalty. Manchester City moves within 6 points of the Gunners. The Reds are now 4 points behind Chelsea, 5th. Harry Kane's crazy stats this season: 38 matches, 42 goals, and 4 assists. Ismaila Sarr gives the victory to Crystal Palace against Brighton. Served by Evan Gesund, the Senegalese striker was the author of the only goal of the match. The Eagles move back ahead of today's opponent thanks to this victory and now sit in 13th place in the Premier League. Everton and Newcastle United are considering a summer transfer for Chelsea striker Liam Delap, who is fighting for his future during the rest of the season after failing to make a major impact at the club. Manchester United, who had shown interest in the 23-year-old last summer, could also be in the race if he returns to the transfer market. Thomas Lemar scores his first goal with Girona. His last goal in an official match dated back to March 18, 2023, with Atlético de Madrid against Valencia. Eli Kroupi Junior is firmly on PSG's radar, with Luis Campos following the Bournemouth striker since last autumn. The 19-year-old's Premier League form has also sparked interest from Arsenal and other European clubs. Kroupi has now changed agents, appointing the influential super agent Moussa Sissoko, who also represents Bradley Barcola, Desire Du, and Ousmane Dembélé. A key move for his future. Jose Mourinho compares Anísio Cabral, 2008, to Didier Drogba. His play with his back to goal reminds me of one of my former players. Which one? Drogba. Except that with Drogba, if you put in 5 crosses, he would score 5 headed goals. Anísio had 2 crosses and scored 2 headed goals, but I think it's a miracle because he is not good with his head. He still needs to improve on this aspect. Luis Enrique questioned by a Spanish journalist about his future. The Spanish always touch a sensitive spot. I am very happy in Paris, I say Paris. Roberto De Zerbi, disillusioned, it's the first time I've had a team this unstable in my career. I don't understand it. Why do we come here and play a match like that? And why against Lens, against Rennes, do we play totally different matches? I am not in the players' heads, I don't know what is happening. We prepared for the match to the maximum. But clearly, we did not prepare it well. If Cristiano leaves tomorrow, this league will lose all interest. Toni Kroos destroys the Saudi Pro League. The Saudi League is a strange phenomenon. No one had heard of it before the arrival of Cristiano Ronaldo. And now, they lack respect for the one who gave them global recognition. Luis Enrique after the 5-0 victory against OM, was at a party in the dressing room. No one is partying. Tomorrow, training. If you want, you can come. Mason Greenwood remains for now the leader of the top scorers ranking in League 1. Here is the League 1 standings after 21 match days. Here is the Premier League standings after the 25th match day. Here is the Bundesliga standings after the 21st match day. Camp Nou should be ready in 2027. Joan Laporta, when discussing the works at Camp Nou, everything will be finished by the end of 2026, then everything will be installed in 2027. This requires 4 months of inactivity in the stadium, and I think it will be finished by the end of 2027. Bayern Munich in show mode, 5-1. Hat-trick for Luis Diaz against Hoffenheim. Double on penalty for Harry Kane. Michael Olise delivered an assist. Federico Di Marco, triple assist provider with Inter Milan. The Italian has delivered 12 assists in 22 Serie A matches this season. Antony, scorer against Atletico de Madrid. 10 goals and 8 assists this season. Michael Olise assist provider with Bayern Munich. This season, across all competitions, it's 38 matches, 15 goals, and 20 assists. Ahmed Kantari, Endrick is not protected enough. While it is my player who comes off injured, I would have preferred that my player did not leave injured and that he could suffer small fouls, rather than the opposite. There was no anti-Endrick plan. But inevitably when there are players of this quality, we take care to block them. A former Barca man on Luis Enrique, he wanted to control everything, on the pitch or off it. And if that's not the case, he is capable of slamming the door without a problem. Luis Enrique thus wanted to leave Barca in 2017 when the management stuck its nose into his territory. It's this freedom that pushed him to sign for PSG, rather than Chelsea, where the boss Todd Boehly was overbearing. The FC Barcelona presidential elections will take place on March 15th. Santi Cazorla, the truth is that La Liga is light years away from the Premier League in all aspects. Atletico de Madrid is demanding more than £86 million for Julian Alvarez. Journalist, can Kylian Mbappé surpass Cristiano Ronaldo? Tchouaméni, of course. He is an incredible player.